Well, here's some breaking news, if you haven't heard it yet. In a surprise turn of events, what we thought was going to be a much longer impeachment ordeal was evidently thwarted when the defense team for Trump said, okay, we have about 100 people we want to depose in that case. And I think on that list was Kamala Harris. And it was like, what? What? You're saying what he want to do what? Oh, forget this. And all chaos broke loose. And they suddenly came to the conclusion that let's just get this thing to a vote and get this over with. So the Democrats had all the sound bites that they wanted to get out. But then the Republicans just played a montage of fight, 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 and calls to what would look like insurrection rhetoric that was used even by Democrats in their protest enthusiasm this year. So 57 senators voted to convict Trump. 67 were required to pass it. They fell short, but we have 7 Republicans that voted against Trump. Richard Burr of North Carolina, Susan Collins, nothing new there, Bill Cassidy, Louisiana, Lisa Murkowski, Mitt Romney, Ben Sasse, and Pat Toomey, who's going to be leaving the Senate forever anyway. And so it's going to be... Now, what is Donald Trump thinking? Because he hasn't been speaking, so we were very interested in what does Donald Trump say? And he says this: I want to first thank my team of dedicated lawyers and others for their tireless work, upholding justice and defending truth. My deepest thanks to all of the United States senators and members of Congress who stood proudly for the Constitution we all revere and for the sacred principles of our country. And then, true to Donald Trump, he starts getting into it. It's a sad commentary on our times that one political party in America is given a free pass to denigrate the rule of law, defame law enforcement, cheer mobs, excuse rioters, and transform justice into a tool of political vengeance and persecute, blacklist, cancel, and suppress all people and viewpoints with whom they disagree. Oh, boy. Sounds like he's recuperating on the golf course and ready to go. The statement continued, I've always and always will be a champion for the unwavering rule of law, the heroes of law enforcement, the right of Americans to peacefully and honorably debate the issues of the day without malice and without hate. This has been yet another phase of the greatest witch hunt in the history of our country. No president's ever gone through anything like it, and continues because our opponents cannot forget the almost 75 million people, the highest number ever, he reminds us, of a sitting president who voted for us just a few short months ago, letting the Republicans know 75 million are watching this. I also want to convey my gratitude to the millions of decent, hardworking, law-abiding, God and country-loving citizens who bravely supported these important principles in these very difficult and challenging times. Our historic, patriotic, and beautiful movement to make America great has only just begun. In the months ahead, I have much to share with you. Oh, he's coming back. He's like the Terminator. I'll be back. And I look forward to continuing our incredible journey together to achieve American greatness for all our people. There's never been anything like it. Never anything like what I've done. We have so much work. I added that in there. I have so much work ahead of us. We have work ahead of us. And soon we will emerge with a vision. A vision for a bright, radiant, limitless American future. Together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. We remain one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God, he reminds them. And it's our responsibility to preserve the magnificent inheritance for our children and for generations of Americans to come. May God bless you all, and may God forever bless the United States of America. So, excuse me, with that, the president lets everyone know he'll be back. And I promise you, on his list of naughty and nice are the congressmen and women and senators who did not stand with the 75 million people who have been just going through this nail-biting ordeal, because everywhere we go, we're bludgeoned, we're deplatformed, we're lumped together with all kind of Hitler-esque kind of fantasies of what the left wants to present as their version of reality. But you know, the whole time, the elephant in the room that the donkeys had to deal with was, what were you guys doing for 4 months of riots and protests when you were apparently cheering things on? Yeah, how come you never mentioned that? Everybody's thinking it, but nobody's saying it, because after all, it's Washington, and you can see it's a hostile environment. But folks, the president's going to be back, and the 75 million Americans that voted for him can breathe a sigh of relief, because while this is going on, oh boy, Gavin Newsom is now reaching that phase where the recall is taking shape in California. And the governor Cuomo of New York, the two stellar Studley champions of the left, Cuomo's suffering incredible embarrassment because of data that's coming out regarding his shenanigans with the COVID decisions he made, even though he got an award, I think. Wasn't it for great theatrics? Well, we're finding out it was fiction. So kind of like Russian collusion, where you get a Pulitzer Prize for research on something which didn't exist. So we're going to be, just take a breath, people, because all your prayers you've been praying are being answered, but they're being answered in a way that you and I didn't expect. And so the debate about all the prophetic anxiety, people prophesy this or prophesy that, seems to me that something is shifting in the wind. And America is going into its storm, and it's going to experience the consequences of bad leadership making bad decisions that are daily going to be bad in one way, but good in another, because it's kind of like the ship that Paul was on going to Rome. They didn't listen to him. They didn't take Paul's advice, and they pretty much almost lost their shirts. But God turned it around for a testimony for what he was doing. Believe that everything you prayed is going to happen, and that God's going to do it in a way that's bigger than you expected. Take heart. Share this with your friends. This is Lance Wallnau coming to you with breaking news from my studio here in an undisclosed location in my underground bunker. Talk to you soon. God bless. Hey, if you liked this video today, you could help me out by leaving some comments. And, you could vote up this video. Just give me a like sign and click on like so that I know if this is working for you. And also share it with your friends, because our entire movement is based upon people sharing ideas with other people. And if you want to be regularly notified about these broadcasts, then you want to subscribe so that you'll be able to get the latest material as soon as it comes out.